It's The Local Show on News Radio 570 WSYR, a service of Geddes Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It's The Local Show, the 2023 early summer edition. I'm your host, Tom Soccocio Jr., along with my friend and co-host, Steve Roberts. The Local Show features conversations about local businesses. We talk about how they got into business, and we talk with the business owners, CEOs, CFOs, entrepreneurs, nonprofits, business advocates, and other business-friendly organizations. Now, we learn how they got into that business and why they do business right here in Syracuse, New York, and where their businesses might be going in the future. You're going to hear all about their successes, challenges, opportunities, marketing, and advertising. We're broadcasting from the Zoey Advertising Studios, sponsored by Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. We say a hearty, healthy, good pre-summer morning to Steve
What
Roberts.
a warm week. I'm loving it, Tom.
Yeah, lots of warmth.
It is. This is my happy place.
Yeah.
Weather-wise, somebody asked me, do you like the change of seasons? I said, yes, except the white one. If it went like spring, fall, summer, I'd be great.
Yeah, as long as it changes, to more warm weather.
Yeah, I just can't stand the cold.
It is really nice. You know, and,
you enjoying the summer? You out working in the yard? You tearing up everything?
The lawn got really dry really fast. It went from, moist and very lush green to now all of a sudden people got the sprinklers out.
Yeah,
fast.
we had a couple hanging baskets on our little patio.
Yeah.
Like 2 days.
Yeah, you got to water.
I was
burst into flames.
Seriously, they really did. And it faces south, so that patio, so the sun's hitting it, all day.
As you know, I got the whole house ripped apart from stem to stern, and I'm trying to work with some clients and local people and all that. So I'll keep you apprised.
Well, I was up there. I took your son hostage there last week, and we went and did some photography. I love having him. He's a good kid, and he wants to know. He's very curious, and I think doing photography in video, being curious is the key.
It's a good thing,
and he's like, what about this? And, well, what if this happens? And it was great.
Yeah, I couldn't ask for a better 16-year-old son. After having the girls, if I would have had him first, I would have never had girls.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you had the choice.
I know, but I would like to have had that. Hey, Lynn Hy is going to join us today. She's the Chief Development Officer at Food Bank of Central New York, and then Rich Lester will stop by. He's the CEO of Z-Bart. Michael Sheets is the executive chef at Clear Path for Veterans. We talked with them, the executive director, a while ago, so now we're going to talk with the chef. John Kupperman stops by, owner of Smith Restaurant Supply. Dave Knapp, Onondaga County legislator and Onondaga County Agriculture Council co-chair. Well, he's got all sorts of titles.
There you go.
He'll stop by. And then our old friend Mike Otis, who I went through the Gulf War with. He was doing reports from the plane or the copter.
There you go.
Back then. And then Dr. Richard Malera, owner of Malera Eye Care and Eye Spa, will stop by and round us out. So now we say hearty, healthy good morning to Lynn Hy.
Good morning, guys. What's going on?
See, all sorts of stuff. You're not doing anything at your house, are you? You getting a remodel or anything?
No, not this year. We've done it for several years leading up to this year, so we're taking the summer off.
It's like you pull your hair out during those times, Everything's
you talking to me, Tom?
You don't have any hair to pull.
Why do they always have to pick on the ball?
You don't have any hair to pull. Hey, Lynn, you're all over the radio. People probably know your story, but Food Bank of CNY does so many great things. Why don't you just recap and tell people where you came from and how you came to be at the food bank?
Sure. So I started and I went to school in Buffalo, got a sports management degree, worked for the Buffalo Sabres because that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now I'm in a nonprofit, but I did a lot of events for the Sabres.
I see.
And we met my husband in Buffalo, and I'd like to say I imported him back to Syracuse because this is where I grew up.
Was he a hockey player?
He was not.
Okay.
Were you a hockey player? Did you ever skate?
No, I can skate. I never played hockey. My brother played my entire life. I grew up in a rink.
Oh, did you?
Yes, and he's still at, how old is he, 50? 50. Yeah, he's 50. He still referees.
No
so
kidding.
he's actually, when there was the whole hubbub last fall with the hockey referees and how much they were getting paid and everything, he was the guy that was doing all the media interviews.
Tom and I
things
missed
like
that because we don't follow hockey.
Yeah, okay.
There was no hubbub for Tom. Tom, did you catch the hubbub?
No.
Okay.
My wife does. She loves hockey. She went to Oswego State and really got into it up there, you know.
Yeah. So this was all like high school. It was like all the high school sports referees and things like that. So he's still very involved in hockey.
So how did food meet hockey?
Yeah.
Food met hockey. Just when I came back to Syracuse, there was a job for an event coordinator at Salvation Army, actually, here in Syracuse. So I applied and got that position and kind of started my life in the development world.
Wow.
Now here I am.
It takes a special person to be able to do that. And you're one of those people who your hair is never on fire. Or if it is, nobody knows about it.
Oh, I think sometimes my staff knows.
You're so calm. Now, you brought in a couple of things that are making me really shaky, and people can see it on the YouTube channel.
It's because you went to parochial school?
Yes, I did. And my mother, when I was 15, chased me around the house with these wooden spoons because I'm full Italian. So, you know.
Didn't say food bank on it, did it?
No, it didn't. But these are really nice.
That's a bad branding.
But she did stir the sauce. Sometimes she would take it out of the pot and the sauce would still be on there.
So what do we got? We got some sauce.
We have
and
some new. Yeah. So I brought in the spoons to go with the food bank's new private label venture. It's called Pantry Classics Pasta Sauce. So it's actually made locally here by Giovanni Foods out in Baldwinsville.
Yeah.
And really, this kind of came out of COVID and the COVID shutdown when we needed so many millions more pounds of food.
Right.
And we would have food on order, and all of a sudden, different food items our orders would just be canceled. But we still needed to get food out into the community. So what we did is we were like, well, you know, we are friends with Lou Dement that owns Giovanni Foods.
Absolutely, we're friends of the show. Lou's been on with us.
And let's see if we could do our own private label sauce. And the private label sauce, really, the first intention of it is to make sure that we always have a very high quality, delicious sauce available for the food pantry, soup kitchens, and everybody to give out and get out to people that are facing food insecurity and that are dealing with hunger. So then once we kind of got all the I's dotted and the T's crossed, our director of procurement called me up and he's like, do you think we could get this on store shelves? And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
So we called up our good friends at Tops and Wegmans.
Yeah.
And of course they jumped on. And since then, Price Right has jumped on.
Fabulous.
And possibly, actually the Big M and DeRuyter is going to carry the sauce.
So sales of this obviously go back to the food bank because it came from the food bank.
Right, came from the food bank. It completely supports the food bank. It's a really great sauce. It's a pretty high quality sauce.
Yeah.
The taste is delicious. And with every purchase, you're supporting the work of the food bank. So what better way? If you're going to buy a jarred sauce, get Pantry Classics pasta sauce.
Wow. And what's the main mission of the food bank again, so that people know?
So we provide nutritious food in an 11-county service area, Central New York, Northern New York, the Mohawk Valley, to food pantries, soup kitchens, emergency shelters, other programs, so that people who are experiencing hunger can access healthy and nutritious food right in the communities where they live and work.
And if people want to donate?
Foodbankcny.org. We take money, we take monetary, of course, that's money.
Bitcoin?
I can take Bitcoin, yes. But non-perishable food donations and volunteers as well.
Excellent. As usual, you've done a wonderful job. Lynn Hy right there. Thank you so much for joining Steve and I, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Chief Development Officer at Food Bank of Central New York, foodbankcny.org. Rich Lester is going to go, don't throw the spoon. Rich Lester.
I couldn't help it.
Is going to go Rust, CEO of Z-Bart, coming up next on The Local Show on 570 WSYR.